Much for joining me. We got an awesome session here today on how to give yourself an instant pay raise by simply selecting a superior target market. So, we think a lot about the message, right? Like, what should I be saying in my advertising? But we don't think a lot about the fact that we have the power to select or choose the ideal target market. So today we're going to talk about how to do that. We have to understand that some who's are better than other who's, right? Some price ranges are better, some neighborhoods are better, some types of buyers or sellers are better. And if you want to get rich selling real estate, you want to make sure that you are targeting your dollars at the most productive piece of the real estate market. So I want you to think about right now, who are you targeting? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned about target marketing. So the goal is, at the end of our session here today, you're going to learn how to make more money without having to spend more money. Let's start off. Let me know what city and state that you're in. Type that into comments right now. Let's get some referrals back and forth. Don't be shy about this. In Craig Proctor Nation, we refer our buyers and sellers to other Craig Proctor members, people that are with us here today. Now, if this is the first time you're hearing from me, a little bit about myself, I actually got rich selling real estate. Within 3 years of having my real estate license, I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world for commissions earned. Now, I started off just like everybody else. I had no clue what I was doing, right? In fact, the first year of real estate, I almost failed. I was doing all the dumb stuff they teach us to do, right? Cold calling, door knocking. When I got into the business, I made the same mistake that you made. I looked around at what all the other agents are doing and figuring they knew what they were doing, and I was failing. But I became a student of direct response marketing. Direct response marketing means you're using smart, modern marketing and technology to attract buyers and sellers. There is no chasing buyers and sellers in the Craig Proctor world. You hang with me and I'll teach you how to get 100% of your buyers and sellers chasing you. We call this the automatic reverse prospecting system, or ARPS. I invented it. I have helped thousands of real estate agents make more money and work less. Right now, I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach, trainer, or guru. In fact, a lot of these so-called gurus never got rich selling real estate. How can they show you how to do something they'd never done themselves? So if you're joining me for the very first time, that's a little bit about me. Now the rest of our session here today is all about you. I want to introduce you to what I call the Craig Proctor Triple M formula. So the question I asked you a minute ago is, who are you targeting? Who is your best buyer or seller? Have you really given this much thought? Remember, we've got the power to call out to any type of buyer or seller that we want. Here's the Craig Proctor Triple M formula. You've got to have the right message. As I said earlier, that's what we usually focus on, is what is our message or what is our offer for buyers and sellers. One of the things I teach you is how to have better offers, right? What would be the best offer for the type of prospect that you're trying to attract? So we're going to talk a little bit about your offer, but the next thing we want to talk about is who should be receiving that offer, right? Who would be your best piece of the market? We have buyers, we have sellers, but they break down, right? You've got first-time buyers, move-up buyers, luxury home buyers. We've got all these different neighborhoods we could target. How about this? There's types of prospects, right? First-time buyer is a type of prospect, right? An investor is a type of prospect. So when you understand how to combine the right offer and aim that offer at the right marketplace, you suddenly start to become more successful. Now, the third component in the Craig Proctor Triple M formula is the media. Okay, so we've got the message or offer, right? We've got the marketplace that you're going to aim that message at, and then how are you going to deliver that message to that intended piece of the market? That's your media. So today, we're going to use Facebook, we're going to use Instagram, we're going to use YouTube. Let's not forget about direct mail. So different types of delivery mechanisms or different types of media will better accomplish your goal of getting your offer to your intended audience. Is this making sense? So these are all the things that I had to learn. But look at what happened to my business. It exploded. Think about how ridiculous that was. Within 3 years of having my real estate license, I was selling hundreds and hundreds of houses. I made more money than any other RE/MAX agent in the entire world. And I kept doing that year after year after year. That's how I can show you how to do this, because not only did I do this in my own business, this has nothing to do with Craig Proctor. Okay, I want you to understand this. Everything I learned is completely duplicatable for all of you. That's why I've been coaching agents now for over 20 years, is everything that I did to be successful, you can apply, and it's just a duplicatable system. In other words, if you can copy, you will succeed. Now, I want you to think about Coca-Cola. The good news for Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola has tons of money, and everyone in the world can be their customer, right? So Coca-Cola can spend gazillions of dollars trying to talk to everyone in the world. Well, you and I, as small independent business people, we're not like Coca-Cola. We don't have, infinite amounts of money. We have relatively small marketing budgets. That's why we have to be super smart at how we invest our money to get the maximum return. So all this branding that they teach us, splashing your money all over the place, they're teaching realtors to behave like Coca-Cola. You ain't Coca-Cola, right? You're a small individual, a business person. You have to be smart about how you invest your money. Here's an analogy. You want to be a big fish in a small pond, right? You don't want to be spitting in an ocean where you don't even get noticed. Like the little bit of marketing money you have, it doesn't get noticed when you're trying to market to your entire city or this great big wide audience. Instead, what you want to do is you want to be like the Incredible Hulk jumping in a small puddle. Okay, so I want you to shrink your target market so it makes sense in relation to the limited resources that you have. Does that make sense? So this is what we teach you to do. We teach you to identify, what is the ideal marketplace for me? If you could wave a magic wand, and trust me, you've got that power. You can actually wave a magic wand and decide, who do I want to attract? And by the way, when you decide who you want to attract, you're also deciding who you want to repel. That's part of good marketing, right? I want to attract this type of prospect. That's my ideal buyer or seller, and I'd rather attract them and repel the others. That's what good marketing does. Now, the next question is now that I've identified who my ideal prospects are, what do they want? What offer should I be making on Facebook, on Instagram, my YouTube, all my videos, all the stuff that I do, my direct mail? What should that offer be? We teach you how to test up the best offers. Okay, and then the final question is, how am I going to reach these prospects? Right? If I want to target empty nesters, the kids are off to college, maybe I'll use direct mail for those folks. Right? If I want to target first-time buyers, I might not use Facebook. I might use Instagram or TikTok. Is this making sense? Now, I have helped you out here by creating a report. It's called How to Get an Instant Pay Raise by Selecting Your Target Market. How many of you would like the free report? Okay, I made this for you. If you type into the comments below, free report, I'll get this out to you, free report. Let me know if this is making sense. Smash the like button if you agree with this philosophy that we should not just be like getting whoever we get. We should be engineering our marketing to attract the type of buyer and seller that makes the most sense, the buyer and seller that we can generate the most cash flow from. Let me give you a quick example. So when I started in real estate the first year, I get my first listing in the central part of town. And just because that's where I happened to get my first listing, that became my farm area. Pretty dumb, right? But a lot of us make that mistake, right? It's just, that's how it happened. Some of you, your target market might be the neighborhood you live in. It might be the neighborhood that's close to the office because it's convenient. Or like me, it just might be the neighborhood where you got your first listing. But for whatever reason, that became my farm area. Well, do you know, when I started to do research, and we teach you how to do this on MLS, we teach you go to MLS and do the research, I discovered, there's a neighborhood 10 minutes away, where the same number of houses sell every single year. The days on the market are relatively the same, but the homes in the other neighborhood are selling for 30% higher prices. So literally all I had to do was shift from my existing target market to the other target market, and I got a 30% pay raise. I made 30% more without even having to sell any more houses. So I want to teach you, I want to coach you up on how to do this research in your marketplace, show you how to go into MLS, find the best opportunities. For example, here's some of the stats. Craig Proctor members get software like this. This software program goes into your MLS. It interfaces with your MLS, and with the press of a button, here's the kind of stuff you can find out. You can find out in your city, with the click of a mouse, the highest turnover streets in your city, right? Where are the houses selling? Before I had this information, I'd be sending out direct mail, or I'd be targeting neighborhoods or streets that literally had no sales, right? Like an idiot, right? And then when I had the good information, I understood what zip codes, what neighborhoods, what streets had the highest turnover. Then I experimented, well, what message works the best, and what's the best media, the best method to deliver that message to those streets or those zip codes or the neighborhoods with the highest turnover. Another thing that I was able to determine using this software is it showed me how many homes the other agents were selling on these streets and in these zip codes and in these neighborhoods. So I'm thinking, well, there's a couple neighborhoods that I really like. They've got good turnover, high prices, days on the market are low. That's where I should go. But then I looked at, what's the competition doing? There was one area that had a very dominant real estate agent that had like a 30% market share. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to go in there and as a newer agent and compete against this guy that's got a 30% market share. So all things being equal, I eliminated that neighborhood and I focused on other neighborhoods that had just as much opportunity. So we're looking at the number of homes that are selling. We're looking at the average prices of the sales, the days on the market. Like, I don't want to be targeting a market where it takes forever to sell a house, or there's a lot of listings expiring off the market, or I don't want to be in a neighborhood where there's a dominant agent where he or she is grabbing 30 or 40% of the market share. As a new realtor, like, I don't need to deal with that. I'll go with these other neighborhoods where there's way less competition. How many of you would like to know more about this? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Okay, smash the like button if you can relate to this. If this is something that's making sense to you. Now, many of you are part of my private Facebook group. We're on my business page right now, but if you would like an invitation to get inside my private Facebook group, just type into the comments below private group. Okay, it's free, and you don't have to pay me anything, but you're going to be inside my private group with over 6,000 top realtors. And that'll be really good for you because you're going to meet the top realtors that are making millions of dollars a year. They share what they're doing. We give away a lot of free resources. Like today, I'm offering you this, right? You're not in my private group, but I'm still going to give it to you. It's a free report that I created about this topic, about how to select your target market. All you have to do to get the free report is type in to the comments below, free report. Also, many of you have been asking about my next conference that's coming up. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida at the end of July. It's all about the shift in the market. The dates are July 28th to the 30th. So 3 days with me. I expect to have about 1,000 realtors there. In fact, we'll be pretty much taking over the entire hotel. It's the Omni. It's actually in Celebration, just outside of Orlando. It's the fee to attend is $495, but here's my guarantee. If you come and you spend 3 days with me, and whatever reason you're not blown away, you just walk up to me personally, and I'll give you your $495 back. That's how confident I am that if you like this, if this resonates, if this makes sense, you're going to love spending 3 days with me. There's a lot of changes in the marketplace right now. Is it time for you to get serious about your real estate business? Because the buyers and sellers are getting serious. The buyers and sellers, now that the market is shifted, are really particular as to what realtor they're going to choose. They're going to be highly selective It really matters now who the buyer and seller chooses as their realtor. Let me get you coached up on what's happening, the shifts in the marketplace. We have inflation in the United States and Canada at about 8%. Okay, that's a 40-year high. The Federal Reserve, okay, and the Bank of Canada and central banks around the world are rapidly in a race to increase interest rates at about 3/4 of a point at every single meeting. Okay, now, the problem we've got here, folks, is real estate is a chain, right? So prices are up 30-40% at least in many of your marketplaces. Now we've got interest rates rapidly increasing. Where does that leave the poor first-time buyer? First-time buyer can't afford to buy a home. Boom, we got a problem. Because if the first-time buyer can't afford to buy the first-time home, the guy that owns the first-time home can't move up to the next home and so on, and the chain is broken. Do you know that 1 in 5 real estate agents that are licensed right now only got their license during the pandemic? 1 in 5. All of these millions of people that lost their jobs, a lot of them got into real estate because they were attracted by, the high prices and these big fat commission checks. Guess what's happening now? The opposite. If you want to survive and thrive, you want to come to my upcoming conference about the market shift. It's the mega conference for market shift, Craig Proctor Conference, Orlando, Florida, July 28th to the 30th. All of the sessions are designed to help you navigate through this. And by the way, I've been doing this for a long time, over 25 years, and I've been through all these downturns before. Okay, 1991, the first year I was named the top agent in the world for RE/MAX. If you recall, if you were paying attention back then, maybe some of you weren't born, but real estate prices went down 30% in 1991. Okay, a few years later, we had 9/11. Okay, where the world stopped. My real estate business kept increasing. We kept doing better. A few years later, here in Toronto, in my marketplace, we had the SARS epidemic. It wasn't a pandemic, but it was an epidemic. Toronto, my market, was one of the cities greatly affected. The whole city shuts down. That was basically COVID-1, right? A few years after that, we've got the financial crisis. Folks, this can be very good news for you. It may seem on the surface that, oh my God, we're going into a recession, this is a bad thing. You need someone to guide you through this, to show you the correct things to do in this marketplace. So the economy has greatly changed. But let me tell you something else that's changed. The buyers and sellers and their behaviors have changed. Have you noticed it? Right? Do you know the majority of our buyers and sellers now are millennials? They're millennials. They behave differently. Number one, they don't answer the phone. How many of you have noticed that? Let me know in the comments if you've noticed, they don't answer the phone. It's funny because as real estate agents, how many of you don't like it when your phone rings? Like, we're in real estate, right? And we have our phone number plastered all over the place and we don't even like it when the phone rings. Or how about this? You're texting one of your friends, texting back and forth, everything's cool. And then your friend calls you and you're like, oh, why did they have to call me? Why couldn't we just stay on text? So the behavior of the buyers have changed. Now, during the pandemic, the world was taught, stay away from people, social distancing. What we're finding now, especially with millennials that make up the majority of our buyers and sellers, is they don't really want to meet with a real estate agent. They want to do research ahead of time. So what am I teaching our members to do? We're taking all of our benefits and we're coaching them up how to use video to do awesome presentations. Like right now, this video is free. Would you agree? I'm live on Facebook. It cost me $0 and I am doing a presentation to you. Some of you are going to kind of like Craig, get to know me, and some of you will be clients of mine because we did an introduction. But I want to teach you how to do the same thing that we're doing right now. I want to show you how to use video to talk about how you're different and better and the services that you provide. And then we're going to push that video, your presentation, out to thousands of buyers and sellers in your marketplace because that's how they want to shop for a realtor. You know, what were we taught? Well, you got to generate a lead and then you got to call like hundreds of leads to hope that someone will pick up the phone so you can convince them to meet with you so you can go over and do a presentation. They don't want to do that. They just want to find out what you do. Think about this for you. If you wanted to get life insurance, would it be better if you could go do the research, Listen to what the life insurance agent does, watch their videos, and then based on that, then maybe you'll meet with the life insurance agent, right? Heck, people are buying cars online. Look, the whole world is changing. Are you going to change with it? Because you're not going to change the behavior of the buyers or sellers. We've got to change to the way they want to buy or sell. How many of you would agree with that? Okay, if you're old school and you're like, well, I'm just going to keep cold calling them or door knocking them, or I'm going to keep buying hundreds of leads from Zillow and call my brains out to hope that they'll meet. They don't want to answer your phone. That's why when you call them, they say, hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember doing that. We're just looking. I get it, guys. You've got to get caught up on what is effective in today's marketplace. Come to my 3-day training. Let me lay it all out. Let me introduce you to Craig Proctor members that are making millions of dollars, you ready? A month. Not a year. I'm going to introduce you to Craig Proctor members, people who have been with me for 5, 10, 15 years that are making over $1 million in a month. I want you to think about your annual income. Think about your annual income right now. How would you like to turn your annual income into your monthly income? That's what Craig Proctor does. Okay, so you got to get coached up on this. You know, the real estate franchises, they don't teach you this. Real estate school certainly doesn't. What did real estate school teach you to do, honestly, right? How to fill out the paperwork. Real estate school, when you took your license, they taught you, the course was about how to pass and get your license. They taught you how to fill out the paperwork. They taught you what to do once you got a customer. What was the thing they forgot to teach you? How to get any. So what do? You're ill prepared. You get into real estate like me. You look at around what everyone else is doing. You figure, well, I guess I'll just do that. So you're out there doing all this old school stuff. Cold calling, door knocking. A lot of you are on social media, but you don't have a strategy. How many of you are tired of posting stuff on social media, doing blogs, doing this, doing that, and you hope that some of it sticks? But you're a bit frustrated because you don't have an overall strategy. How many of you, honestly, let me know in the comments if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and discouraged. That's why you're watching me today. I believe that things happen in life for a reason. For those of you that are watching me for the first time, I'm here to help you. I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor. I've created more millionaire real estate agents than anyone else, any other coach, trainer, guru. Why? Because I know how to make millions of dollars every year selling real estate. I was one of the top real estate agents in all of North America for over 25 years. You want to check it out. I'm going to put a link below for the conference. Okay, if someone could type in Craig Proctor Seminar, that's the link. You click on that clickable link, Craig Proctor Seminar, you'll get all the information about the Orlando conference, okay? Everything's there, $495. We've got discounted rooms. I'd like to see you there. Be there for 3 days. That will separate you from everyone you compete with, because you know what? Most realtors aren't going to do that. Most realtors aren't going to do anything to save themselves, right? They'll bitch, they'll complain, but at the end of the day, do the thing that the other realtors won't do. Jump on a plane, get yourself to Orlando, spend 3 days with me. If this isn't the honest truth, you're not blown away, I will personally give you the $495 back, okay? Remember, you can write the whole thing off. The airfare, we've got these discounted rooms at insane cheap rates, like you're going to get a $300 or $400 hotel room for, I don't know, $150 or less. But you got to do this now or the room block will be filled. The hotel will be full. And if you want to come, you'll have to stay at another hotel, which won't be as convenient. So our lesson today was, if you're going to spend money on marketing, let's be smart about this. Okay, let's not just throw it away on nonsense. Think right now, who's your ideal client? And if you don't know, do the research. Okay, this software package, I wish I could show it to you, but we're on Facebook Live. But I have a demo set up here. I could show you how this thing works for you to know all the answers about your marketplace. You would know about all the different neighborhoods in your area, all the streets, all the zip codes. You would know highest list to sales ratio, like who's getting the highest prices. days on the market, the number of homes selling, the number of homes expiring off the market, the sales done by all the other agents you compete with, who sold what. You need this information. Why? So you can start making good decisions with your money. If you don't have the information, how do you know what your ideal target market is? How do you know what the best approach is? Think about this. How long have you been in real estate for? I asked this question earlier. Are you serious about, is it time for you to get serious about your real estate career? Come and get coached up. Let me show you how to turn $1 into $100 or $1,000. One of the best ways, probably the best way to get rich is turning advertising dollars into closings. Are you kidding? Where are you going to get a return like this? You spend $100 on a Facebook ad that I teach you to run, and you turn that into a $20,000 closing. Where are you going to get that kind of return? Are you getting it in the stock market right now? I don't think so. Are you getting that kind of return buying and selling and flipping? No. This is how to become very wealthy. Get coached up on the marketing side of it. Okay? Who's my ideal target market? What is it that they want? What are the killer offers, the best offers to make right now as we head into a recession? How do I deliver that marketing message so they actually see it? How do I pixel the prospects so once they're in your vortex, they see your stuff over and over and over again? And guess what happens? They call you. That's right. You can call them all you want. You know I'm telling the truth. They're very difficult they don't pick up the phone. Try email them. 85% of your emails don't even get opened. What's left, folks? Do the presentation like I'm doing right. Let me coach you up on the presentation, teach you how to push the presentation out, and here's what's going to happen. The buyers and sellers, your ideal prospects that see it, are going to say, you know what? I like this realtor. I like what they have to offer. There's all kinds of great information we can share with them, right? How to prepare your home for sale. How many of you think you could help a seller, give them some advice on how to move the furniture around and do a bit of landscaping and neutralize, paint their house, do some inexpensive things so they could sell their home for $8,000 or $10,000 more, right? I'll teach you valuable information that when's the best time to buy? How do I get the best financing? How do I buy another house when I have them? How do I pick a real estate agent? I will show you the content, how to lay it all out to make a presentation. And guess what happens? When you do a good job, they start coming to you. And you know what they're basically saying? Come and get me. That's how you get rich selling real estate, folks. Hope you enjoyed our session today on selecting your target market. Come to the conference. Love to see you there. At least at a minimum, request the free information that I'm offering you on this call right now. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have yourself a great day. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Thanks for watching. This is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.